Before this video begins, I'd like to give a gigantic shout out to my god tier patrons, TailsHomie99, BeastieMan420, and OrionPax4. Thank you so much for your amazing support. Metal Sonic and Semi-Perfect Cell glare eye to eye. Metal Sonic searches for his brother's readings, but his robotic essence has been absorbed into Cell, Dr. Eggman's greatest creation.
Excellent work as always, Cell. Can't you see, Metal? There's no point in going against me. It didn't need to come to this, but you've showed your hand too early. Let Cell absorb you, and you can fulfill your usefulness to me one last time.
The androids all scream out in rage at the loss of Metal Goku.
You bastard! All he wanted was to be free!
Android 18 rockets up to attack Eggman, tears in her eyes, with Cell appearing in front of her to catch the punch.
Oh, my poor delusional girl. He is free now, within me.
Cell snaps 18's arm, kicking her into the dirt, with her barreling down hard into the ground, the impact shaking the entire island.
No!
16 rushes over to help 18, with Cell teleporting in front of him, blasting him directly in the face. 16 rockets back, with General catching him, shocked to see that half of 16's face was blown off.
Brother, how is it you machines feel such affection for each other? You were created for the sole purpose of killing.
It doesn't matter what we were created for.
17 rockets out a photon blast right onto Cell, continuing to fire upon him.
We're afraid to make our own decisions no matter what the people create us say, especially not from scum like Eggman and Gerald. I won't let you rip my family apart. Get my Goku back!
Android 17 explodes in power, continuing his barrage onto Cell. However, Cell continues to walk forward through his attacks, laughing at how it's no use. He rushes forward with 17 summoning his barrier, shielding the attack. The force of Cell's punch, however, sends the group flying back anyway, with them slamming into a nearby mountain, the shield dissipating, and them all collapsing into the ground.
You are right, 16. We should escape when we have the chance. Metal Sonic! You have to run away now! We can't lose you too!
Metal Sonic slowly turns to look at the androids, then back up to Cell and Eggman. Metal flies up to Eggman, nodding his head.
Good choice, Metal. Glad you recognize that as a part of Cell, you'll be the strongest in the universe.
No! Metal Sonic, what are you doing?
Killing us all is still his prime directive. Joining with Cell seems to be best according to his programming. We have to stop him now.
I have gathered enough chaos energy. Enerjack will rise once again.
I know how to deal with you now.
Cell chaos controls in front of Knuckles as he transforms, yelling out,
Evil Containment Wave!
Enerjack is swallowed up in the Mafuba, with Cell sealing him into the vial Eggman kept on his ship as his plan to get rid of Enerjack.
Knuckles, you bastard.
Cell takes the vial containing Enerjack and swallows it.
The living demigod won't be an issue for me any longer.
Piccolo screams out, morphing his body into perfect chaos to slam the three away. Cell sticks his hand out to burst apart Chaos's tentacles, with him flying up to combat him. Piccolo moves fast, flowing all through Cell's attacks, and blasting him out from all around with the Hell Zone grenade.
Oh, come on! Did you really think that was going to work, Piccolo? You think you're perfect now like this, huh? You don't even know the meaning of the word!
Cell uses his new Metal Goku abilities to morph himself into one of Metal Goku's transformations, the Golden Great Ape. The massive Golden Great Ape slams Chaos Piccolo all around with gigantic punches that, when connected, shake the continent, breaking apart every inch of the island. Chaos is forced to form back into his Piccolo state, with Cell reverting back to his normal self as well.
How did you get such power?
Have you not been paying attention, Piccolo?
Cell sticks his hand in Piccolo's face, blasting out, completely blowing him apart and into the water below.
I'm the perfect life form.
They killed him! No! Damn it! I'm going! Goodbye!
Gohan rockets into his Super Saiyan form. Though a faint chaos glow begins to surround him, the power output shakes the island, even startling Shadow, who never expected that Gohan could output levels of chaos power this immense. He turns to see that Silver is not fazed by Gohan's power. Is this something that he was able to use in the future as well? What exactly is it with Gohan's immense chaos power?
They're out of our league, Gohan. We'll just get in the way. Piccolo's tougher than that. He'll be alright. We have to hold out until Vegeta and the others get out of the chamber.
With Piccolo and Knuckles gone, Cell flies over to Metal Sonic, ready to absorb him as well. Android 17 and General rush over, with 17 trapping Cell in his shield, launching him up in the air. General flies over to Metal Sonic, attempting to communicate with him, asking on why he's turning back over to Eggman's side. However, Metal silently stares on the General, with General understanding what he has to do, flying back over to 17. Cell teleports back in front of them, with General pushing 17 out of the way, trying to deflect Cell's strike to punch him in the face. However, his punch doesn't seem to do much damage.
Even Gero's greatest creation can't hold a candle to what I am now.
Cell slices General's arm off, headbutting him back towards 16, who both are slammed into the ground.
Enough distractions!
Cell flies over to Metal Sonic, with Metal looking at Eggman for approval, with Eggman shooing him away to go to Cell. Metal Sonic still seems hesitant, so Cell just smiles.
Brother, I have finally surpassed Goku by becoming one with Cell. Join me! Once Cell absorbs you, we'll be stronger than those loathsome copies.
Don't listen, Metal Sonic. He's only using Metal Goku's voice to distract you. Ah!
Even the ultimate life form won't be able to stop us with our ultimate power. We'll kill Sonic and Son Goku just like Master Eggman wanted. How appropriate for a robot overlord to rule a robot kingdom.
Metal Sonic nods, flying up to Cell, with Cell's tail opening and extending to latch on over Metal. However, Metal catches the tail before it engulfs him.
Huh?
All lifeform data successfully copied.
Metal Sonic explodes in power, blowing Cell off of him as he begins to morph, transforming into...
I am Neo Metal Sonic. I am Eggman's greatest creation. I am Sonic the Hedgehog, perfected, unburdened by the frailty of organic life. I am the one who will defeat you, and my brother's assimilation will not go unpaid.
You're able to copy my biodata as well? Seems Father upgraded you better than I ever imagined. I could just rush in and absorb you, but there's a part of me that is just raring for a fight.
Neo Metal Sonic lightspeed dashes right into Cell, with a devastating kick into his chest. Cell, surprised that he felt that, coughs out as Neo Metal unleashes a chest laser directly at him. Cell turns as the blast rams into him. He flies back with Neo Metal spin dashing all over him, holding onto all of his vitals. Cell tries to jab at Metal with his tail, with Metal spinning through it, cutting it off. Cell screams out, kicking out at Neo Metal, who effortlessly dodges. Neo roundhouse kicks Cell upside the head, letting out a spark field to electrocute him as well. Cell growls, breaking out through the field to headbutt Neo Metal's jaw, grabbing out onto him, extending his knuckles to land a right hook across his body, launching him away. Neo Metal is instantly back on top of him, lasering Cell back, flying into the air, and fires down a Kamehameha towards Neo. Neo Metal summons a black shield around him, completely protecting him from the Kamehameha. Through the smoke, he spins back up to slice off Cell's tail once more, right as he regenerated it.
Well, you inferior life form, weren't you going to absorb me, or were you too slow?
Neo unleashes a devastating Hell's Flash down onto him, with Cell crashing into the earth. Neo quickly dashes over into the rubble to grab Android 18, then rushes over to grab 17, 16, and General. As he picks up his fellow androids, he turns to look up to Eggman. He then dashes off at top speeds away from the jungle.
Cell! They're getting away! Stop them!
Cell explodes out of the rubble, powering up to follow Neo Metal until he is nailed from above by another gigantic energy blast, sending him crashing down into the earth. Eggman looks up to see that it's Tien, looking a bit different than last time. Eggman is then nailed from behind by Yamcha, who now he can clearly tell is in a super form? Super Tien continues to fire Hyper Neo Tri-Beams onto Cell, with Super Yamcha blasting out at Eggman.
What the hell are you two fodder doing here?
These fake emeralds Bulma created work almost as good as the real thing, Bozo. We may not be much by ourselves, but we won't stand by and let you take over this planet.
Cell bursts out of Super Tien's Tri-Beams, nailing him directly in the chest, right out of his super form. Tien spits blood as he is nailed down into the ground, close to death. Cell then appears behind Super Yamcha, elbowing him right down next to Tien.
Oh, come on! Slowed by Tien and Yamcha, of all people. Unfortunately, I have to make this fast.
Stop!
Son Goku!
Goku appears before the group, with Cell amazed, as this is the first time that he's met the legendary Goku.
I know that I don't stand a chance against you yet, but I need you to wait one more day. In one day, I'll be strong enough to beat you into nothing. You'll have Metal Me inside you, right? If he really is my copy, he would want to fight me at my strongest.
Cell is extremely confused, but there is something within him that resonates with what Goku is saying. Goku then senses another presence nearby, instant transmissioning right over to it, appearing back with Piccolo. He gathers up Tien and Yamcha, with Cell about to attack him to prevent him from running away, but that part of himself eager for a fight and what Goku said is holding him back.
This isn't over yet, Goku. It doesn't matter how strong you get anymore. My Cell will always be one step ahead of you.
You think so, Eggman? Once Cell's taken care of, you better watch your back.
Goku instant transmissions away with his friends, with Eggman annoyed that Cell didn't attack him, but lets it slide as he wants Goku and Sonic especially to see Cell in all of his perfection. Cell and Eggman then blast off to go and search for Neo Metal and the other androids. As Goku returns to Angel Island, Tikal works on healing up Piccolo, Tien, and Yamcha, as Mr. Popo announces that Vegeta, Trunks, and Tails all finally made it out of the time chamber, with all three of them looking very different from before, and looking insanely more powerful.
Wow, Vegeta, you're making Super Saiyan seem like your natural state.
You have no idea the newest extents of my power, Kakarot. It's a shame that any training you do will be for nothing, as I will be the one to take down Cell.
Vegeta instantly blasts off to go searching for Cell, with Goku laughing that he hasn't changed much in a year's time. Sonic, once he sensed Tails' energy, burst back to check in and see if he was okay, and is in shock at how different Tails looks now.
Looking good, buddy! Your own new super form. Welcome to the club. Was it fun using that power on the prince?
He never even saw him coming.
Sonic and Tails laugh together, with Tails then pointing up to Trunks.
I think he might have gotten the best results out of all of us. Vegeta's not smart enough to notice, but Trunks surpassed him long ago. You should have seen him with the emeralds.
You know that was all thanks to you, Tails. I can't thank you enough for everything.
Trunks pats Tails on the back, smiling, with Silver amazed at seeing Trunks and Tails actually getting along.
How different is he really than our Tails?
Extremely, but once you get to know him, not at all. He really would have been proud of everything we've done here.
We'll bring him back, Trunks. I promise.
The group quickly explain all that's happened since they've been inside the chamber, with Trunks getting upset at Cell reaching his second form, but is surprised to learn that Android 17 and 18 weren't his targets, and they were fighting on their side against Cell. Silver tells him he didn't really understand it either, but that there's no time to waste, as Cell is actively searching for Neo Metal Sonic. Trunks and Tails are wished luck by the group, as the two fly off to go and try their hand against Cell, with the rest of the group deciding on who will go next into the time chamber. Shadow, Silver, and Amy were originally supposed to head in next, but after seeing Gohan's power boost from before, Shadow and Goku discussed it off to the side. The kid's true potential, with it maybe being the key to ending all of this. So, Shadow decided to put his ego aside and let Goku and Gohan head into the chamber next. Though, there's still an open slot for somebody else to train with them. Goku and Gohan know there's only one other person here they know would be perfect. Piccolo.
Even with all of my powers, Cell was still too much for me. Eggman truly created the perfect foil to us. In every way imaginable. Though, Cell is scared of Enerjack. We have to find a way to get him out of Cell. I'm useless out here.
Then join us in the chamber, Piccolo! You just aren't used to your new body yet. See how good you got in the 3 years with Gohan and I? What's one more year, huh?
Yeah, Mr. Piccolo. We'll be able to save Uncle Knuckles from Cell together. I still need to adjust to my Chaos powers, but I know you as Chaos should be able to help me tap into them.
Seriously, Piccolo? Gohan's just on the cusp of something great here. I can sense it!
You two always know just what to say to get me to cave.
The three head inside to the chamber next. Semi-Perfect Cell and Eggman have been flying around and try and find where the androids ended up for a while now. But unfortunately, with it being Metal Sonic they're looking for, he could be all the way across the planet by now. Metal Goku didn't have all the great sensors that Metal Sonic does, so Cell can't even take advantage of scanning them that way. However, he does sense some massive energies coming directly their way, with them surprised on it being Vegeta. Eggman is instantly terrified and hides behind Cell.
Greetings, Eggman! This must be your pet. Cell, was it?
Vegeta, what brings you out here? Surely you don't plan on fighting me.
Not just fight you, Cell. Destroy you. You're going to pay for using my DNA for something so foul, Eggman!
If I recall, Android 18 destroyed you in basic combat last time we met, which, in case you forgot, was yesterday. Cell bested her with a single blow. If you can't fare to that failure, what makes you think you can hold a candle to my ultimate creation?
Tails and Trunks chaos control behind Vegeta, with Eggman laughing even more now at the appearance of Tails.
You think you having a super form makes you more of a threat to me, Fox? Go on home to Sonic, and let the big boys play.
Tails just scoffs, with Eggman suddenly hearing next to him.
I do, actually. I'm a lot stronger than you now, Eggy.
Cell turns his head, not realizing Tails had made his way to Eggman so fast. As he's not looking, he is nailed directly in the chest. Looking down, to see Vegeta smirking up at him. Vegeta blasts out at Cell, launching him into the air. Vegeta appears next to Cell in the air, punching him down towards the rubble. Cell teleports away at the last second, behind Vegeta to kick him in the head. However, Vegeta just blocks it without even looking. Cell is shocked, with Vegeta turning his head to smirk. Cell stops time with Chaos Control to back away from him.
Yeah, that's not gonna help you any.
What?
Tails blasts out at Cell, breaking the Chaos Control and allowing Vegeta to kick Cell right in the chest. Cell, shocked, is elbowed back down to the ground, with Vegeta turning to Tails and nodding.
Knew he'd be able to thank me one day.
Cell launches Chaos Spears up towards Vegeta, which he catches all of, throwing them directly back down to impale Cell. Cell is impaled by a few of them, but manages to stop a few in Chaos Control, teleporting up, managing to land a punch directly to Vegeta's face.
Is that all?
Cell is shocked, not believing that Vegeta, in just his Super Saiyan state, is besting him? Vegeta lays back into Cell. With every time Cell uses Chaos Control, Tails is able to undo it with his own. And with Cell's trump card basically gone, Vegeta's raw power overtakes him.
This is impossible! I am the culmination of all your data! I won't let you make a mockery of the perfect being, Kaioken!
Cell bursts in a red aura, boosting a Kaioken into the ×10 range. He then amplifies that even further, unleashing his Chaos Energy into his Limit Breaker form, just like how he did against Shadow. With this, finally getting Vegeta's attention.
That's more like it. Now you might actually put up a fight!
Vegeta powers up, telling Tails to give him the boost. Tails sticks out his hands, surrounding Vegeta in Chaos Energy, pushing him to evolve into his own Super Form, on top of his Grade 4 Mastered Super Saiyan form.
What? That's impossible!
You're now dealing with Super Vegeta!
Cell erupts in a red light, instantly appearing on top of Vegeta, who parries the attack, slamming him across the face. As they jump into the air, the clash, dancing through the sky, lighting it up in power. Tails and Trunks watch on in amazement, as even with all of Cell's power, he can't contend with Vegeta's raw strength. Eventually, Vegeta lands a strong enough blow to Cell's gut that he throws up a vial of something. Vegeta is disgusted and begins to lay into Cell harder for daring to throw up some weird bits at him.
Tails! Grab the vial! It's Knuckles!
Hearing that, Tails instantly teleports to the vial to grab it out of the air, opening it up to free Knuckles. A flash of light bursts out of the vial, with Enerjack making his presence known yet again.
They thought they could trap me again. Me, the living demigod Enerjack! I will not stand for this insolence!
Sorry, Knuckles. Are you okay?
Away from me, Fox!
Enerjack blasts out at Tails, shocking him and launching him flying. Trunks yells out, flying up and managing to catch Tails in the air.
What the hell is the matter with you?
Enerjack doesn't even acknowledge Trunks' question and flies off towards Vegeta and Cell.
Cell!
Oh no!
The Echidna? What the hell are you?
Enerjack slams into Cell, stealing him from Vegeta and barreling him through multiple islands.
You dare use my own powers against me? Thunder Arrow!
Cell is impaled through the chest by Enerjack's arrow and ripped apart by it once again.
I'm going to break you totally, completely, mercilessly!
Enerjack rips Cell apart, allows him to regenerate, and then tears him apart again. Even Vegeta is watching on in astonishment, not believing how Enerjack is tearing through Cell like tissue paper, even easier than he was.
What a crude joke. Even with all of your chaos power, you pale in comparison to even the most basic of chaos users. Perfect life form, a joke!
I want to become perfect.
This jabber on perfection yet again! Would absorbing Metal Sonic truly allow you to reach heights such as Enerjack?
Without question. You, this planet, all would be nothing to me. All would bow before their ultimate overlord.
A lowly creature such as yourself, the ruler of this planet? Ha! Now that would amuse Enerjack. You say to achieve perfection, all you must accomplish is to absorb Metal Sonic. I'll allow it. I seek a challenge you haven't yet given me.
Excuse you? You're just going to let him become perfect?
Enerjack pulls out his hand, stealing the chaos power from Vegeta, reverting him to normal, confusing him enough with Enerjack throwing the chaos energy right back at him to trap him in chaos control.
If he manages to absorb that android, then it will be the end of all of us! No!
Trunks launches a Buster Cannon straight into Enerjack, with him just catching the blast with his bare hands. Enerjack appears behind Trunks, stabbing him in the shoulder with his staff. Trunks yells out as he is rocketed into the ground by Enerjack's chaos power.
Enough out of you, meddler! This doesn't concern your bastardized existence. Now, where's Metal Sonic located?
Enerjack reaches out into the Chaos Force, finding the Chaos Essence within Neo Metal Sonic, teleporting him straight to this location.
Metal Sonic!
Impossible.
Knuckles, stop! You can't let Cell absorb Metal Sonic to achieve his perfect form! This isn't you! Why are you doing this?
The echidna known as Knuckles is no more! Today, Enerjack reigns supreme!
Neo Metal Sonic roars, dashing into Cell's abdomen, with Cell simply smiling, grabbing Neo Metal, expanding his tail to latch onto him. Neo Metal chaos controls out of his grasp. Cell is really pushing into Neo Metal, not backing away as easily as he did before. The Zenkai Cell got from his battles with Vegeta and Enerjack have escalated him to even higher levels. Neo Metal chaos controls away behind Enerjack and Tails, with Tails getting in between them to protect Metal Sonic.
Enough of you.
No, Knuckles, you have to fight it. This isn't what Julisu or Lorisu would want.
Enerjack twitches, then appears in front of Tails, uppercutting him right into the air. Tails rockets up into Earth's atmosphere, with Enerjack appearing overhead above him, grabbing his head, flying straight back down into the Earth, slamming down into the ground with a massive explosion. The area shakes with the impact, with Tails groaning weakly before reverting back to base for the first time in months, falling unconscious.
Tails, no! Get away from him!
Trunks bursts out of the rubble in his Chaos Super form, utilizing the power of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. He rockets towards Enerjack, punching him across the face. Enerjack grunts, taken aback as Trunks lays into him with everything he has. He lifts his hand to flick the lowly Saiyan boy away, however, Trunks powers through his hold, shocking the living demigod. Trunks slams Enerjack over the head, knocking his helmet off. Enerjack whips his head back up to glare venomously at Trunks for daring to actually do damage to him. He fires out a thunder arrow directly into Trunks' chest, with Trunks reacting fast enough to catch it and redirect it right back into Enerjack. Enerjack spits out as he's blasted back by his own attack. Trunks isn't finished, however.
Super Buster Cannon!
Enerjack does not fall today, Worm.
Enerjack unleashes a Chaos Blast towards Trunks', with the two Chaos-powered beings engaging in a world-shaking beam struggle. The struggle ends with Enerjack's power overtaking Trunks. Trunks screams out as he is engulfed in chaos energy and blown away. Trunks is gone, with the Chaos Emeralds falling to the ground from where he was. Enerjack gasps for breath, angrily turning towards Cell.
What are you waiting for, creature? Your position has been eradicated. Accomplish what I have granted, or you'll meet their fates.
Cell twitches and turns to face Neo Metal, who is no longer at his side. A gigantic burst of chaos energy then explodes where the Chaos Emeralds landed.
It's too late. Super Neo Metal Sonic stands before you. Bask in this golden metallic glory and weep.
Cell stares on in shock, with Enerjack simply smiling.
Neither of you insects stand a chance against me.
Cell roars out and barrels down towards Super Neo Metal Sonic.
For my brother!
I will soon achieve perfection! It's over, brother. You've taken too much damage. I win.
If his regeneration is artificial, then there must be a core.
He's run far.
There! Repeating the same design. Foolish Eggman.
That speed some.
I did it. I really did do it, brother. We have won.
Oh, too bad, Metal. Going for my core. Splendid tactic. But I don't regenerate from my chest. The place I regenerate with my core cells is in my head. It goes to show how meticulous our father truly was in creating my perfect self. It's okay, brother. Once we are joined, we will all be perfect together.
Metal, take my hand, now!
There is only one Sonic.
Metal!
Oh, now that feels better. Greetings, Sonic the Hedgehog, from the perfect life form.